When you've built the most beautiful car ever made, what on earth do you do for an encore? It's taken Jaguar 50 years to answer that question, but at last, the F-Type is here. The Jag launches into a tough market, and one of its biggest rivals is the new Porsche Cayman. And it just happens to cost £20,000 less.
One of my earliest memories was riding in my dad's E-Type Jag when I was just 3 years old, and that's what got me really hooked on cars.
This F-Type is the V6S. It's the midpoint of the range between the V6 and the V8. With 375 brake horsepower on tap, it hits 60 miles an hour in less than 5 seconds.
Well, my dad only had a Volvo estate, but as a kid growing up in the 80s, it was Porsche that was the real embodiment of sports cars. To me, nobody does it better.
Last year, Tim said the Porsche 911 was the best sports car in the world. I bet now he's saying that the Cayman is just as good to drive and it costs half the price.
And this Cayman's just over half the price. It's also nearly £20,000 less than the cheapest F-Type.
I bet, right about now, Tim's trying to tell you the Porsche is a really good family car.
Well, I'd be more than happy to do the score run twice every morning in this.
But just look at the F-Type. It looks like it's doing 100 miles an hour standing still. In comparison, both Porsches just look a bit dull.
Okay, so this standard Cayman is about a second slower to 60 miles an hour than the F-Type. But forget about that, it's handling that matters most. Where the Jaguar's got its big, heavy engine out the front, in this car the engine's right behind me, bang in the middle, and that gives it near perfect weight distribution and great balance for cornering.
But the F-Type is more like an old-fashioned muscle car, and I love it for that. The steering is really direct, and the back end is almost too willing to slide out. I wouldn't bank on the back tyres lasting very long. Old school or not, it's extremely fast. My dad's old E-Type wouldn't have come close.
Back in the real world, the Cayman is more practical than you might think. There's room for luggage in the front and in the back, and the combined volume is more than a Ford Fiesta. Compare that to the shallow slot you get in the F-Type. Jaguar was below average for reliability in the latest WCars survey, the largest of its kind in the UK. Porsche was better and was also rated top for owner satisfaction. Click the link below to find out more.
That's all very sensible.